Hey, this is Amy from Studio Planner Pro. I wanted to take you through my payroll worksheet quickly. So this worksheet will help you predict what your payroll will be for each month and then keep track of what it actually turned out to be. I use this when I make my projections, and I feed this information into my projected versus actual cash flow worksheet, which I have another video for that I can link below. And I use this when I actually sit down to pay payroll and enter the hours and payment as I go. So it is designed to do all of the math for you. Also, I will note here that I pay all of my instructors as subcontractors. Now, that is legal and it does save me money and it does save me time. I don't have to take any taxes out of their pay, so that saves me a whole step, and it means I can do it myself and I can do it quickly and easily. It also benefits them because they can write off things easily that they buy for teaching. So first I'm going to go through and record how many hours per week each of my instructors teaches. That tends to stay the same, so you can fill that out. You'll notice here I have a page in the worksheet called template, so that I keep the same and I copy it into each new month. Alrighty, so once we establish the things that are going to be the same, we can copy those over to our template that we're going to use to create another tab for each month. So if instructor A here works 10 hours per week for me at a pay rate of $30 per hour, and the projected hours per pay period, I do not have set to do the math automatically because for me the pay periods can vary. I pay monthly, and some months an instructor might have 5 weeks of class in that month, or 2, depending on vacations, holidays, and the calendar. So that's something that I would probably set differently for each month. But a really cool trick that you can do quite easily to do that math for you is hit, so let's say it's a regular month, they're going to have 4 classes in that month. I'm going to take my 10 hours of class and multiply it by 4. All right, that's easy, it's 40. But if we have some trickier numbers, just in case you don't know this trick in Excel, you can hit equals, and you can just hit those two, you can hit the actual number, 10 times 4, and then it fills it in for you. Another way that you can do that same equation, you can hit equals, you can hit the cell of whatever number it is you're putting in, and then times 4. Anyway, fun tricks with Excel. So I do have it set up to automatically multiply the hours times the pay rate to give us the projected pay for the period. Alrighty, so we've got 1200 here, and I have it set up to add it up down through the column for each of my instructors, so we have 1200 here. So if I put in another instructor over here, let's say instructor B has 5 hours of classes per week at $35, and again, we've got a 4-week a session, then they've got 20 hours, and I put that in. It's going to multiply that for us, show us that their projected pay is going to be 700, and then it's adding up at the bottom to show us our total. Okay, so then when it's time, and I would usually do this for 4 to 6 months out as a projection. I like to sit down and do projections for 6 months at a time. So let's say this is for the payroll that I am going to do in July, which will be the beginning of my next 6 months of projections. I've got that. All right, and then I can add another page here and put in another month and pull from my template. . copy and paste it over. You might want to take one, you've probably already added the hours per week that will stay the same, and just copy it over. All right, so we've got more months. So let's go back to the one we were working on and say it's time to sit down and actually do payroll. So we're going to figure out what the actual hours were. Maybe this instructor got sick one of the days, missed a couple hours. Maybe they only came in at 12 hours. Alrighty. And it's automatically set up to multiply their pay rate cell, $30, by their actual hours cell to give us the amount that we owe them over here in column G. Alrighty, so I would go down the list. Let's say this instructor was here for all of their hours. I'm going to put in that their actual hours were 20, and then it's going to do the math for me and tell me that I owe them 700, and again, that's adding up at the bottom. So in my projected versus actual cash flow worksheet, I can take that number and put it into my actual column for what my payroll was for that particular month. So I hope that makes payroll quick and easy for you. Hope you have a great week in your studio. Check us out at studioplannerpro.com and get 4 weeks for free, and sign up for our mailing list and get extra free goodies every single week. The link for this worksheet and the link for Studio Planner Pro is below.